What up, Internet? Biggs here. I'm back to make another video. And today's video is actually going to be kind of a twofold video. There's two purposes for it. The first part is it's going to go ahead and be a rant about something that honestly just irritates the dog shit out of me. And the second part is going to be me announcing a new weekly program on my channel. Now, I know generally I'm a little sporadic with when I make videos. Don't always make them every week. Sometimes I make a few a week. Those will still, happen whenever they happen, whenever the inspiration takes me. However, that's warm. From now on, once a week, you're guaranteed to get at least one video. That's going to be the one I'm going to introduce at the end of this this video. So, here's what irritates the shit out of me. Now, for those of you that have watched all my videos that I've made before, know a while back I made one about professional wrestling. All right, it was called Professional Wrestling is Not Fake. And before you start booing or anything like that about the title, go watch the video and then you'll understand my point of view moving forward. So, I may end up using a few terms that some of you guys aren't familiar with in this video. I will, anytime I use something that's, what's the word I'm looking for here? Jargon. I will attempt to be mindful of it and explain to you what it means. But to start off with, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that the thing that irritates the shit out of me that I'm about to rant about is in fact the IWC, which is jargon, which stands for the Internet Wrestling Community. Okay, that's the fans of wrestling, and I'm going to go ahead and say fans of wrestling online. Now, the reason I put that in the little air quotations, massive sarcasm, 90% of the IWC aren't legitimately fans of wrestling. They are fans of bitching about wrestling, okay? They get on the internet, and they're like, oh, WWE creative's gone downhill, PG era sucks, fuck John Cena, blah, blah, blah. And all they do, oh, it's so predictable, whatever, okay? Number one, somebody pointed out recently in a status, the reason that the half the time shit's so predictable for the IWC is because you read the fucking dirt sheets. Now, I read the dirt sheets, okay? By the way, dirt sheets are websites that have insider information on wrestling. So, for instance, Friday Night SmackDown is recorded on Tuesday night. If you wanted to, you could get on the dirt sheets and find out who won on Tuesday night, and therefore have all the surprises ruined for you when you go to watch it Friday. Now, I can do that and still get great pleasure out of it. Just because I'm the kind of guy that nothing spoils anything for me. You can tell me what happens in a book that I'm reading. It's not going to bother me. You can tell me what's going to happen in a movie I'm about to watch. It's not going to bother me as long as it's still well done. All right, so I don't give a fuck about spoilers. But people that are all like, oh, Friday Night SmackDown was predictable. I knew who was going to win. Of course you did. You read the fucking dirt sheets. Okay, you went to dirtsheets.com, you went to WrestleZone, you went to Bleacher Report, and you found out what was going to fucking happen. So, of course, it happened. Woo, wow. Quit bitching about it. If you want to be fucking surprised on SmackDown, don't read the dirt sheets. Or at least don't read the article on the spoilers. If you want us to look for them to see who's coming up to WWE from NXT or Ring of Honor or wherever else, go ahead and do that shit. But as far as reading the spoilers, if you're just going to bitch about it, don't fucking do it. Now, they're always continuously complaining about John Cena. Now, I'm not going to say by any means am I a member of the C Nation. You know what I mean? I'm not a big John Cena fan. I think he's a decent wrestler. It's a decent character. I laugh a lot when he gets all sarcastic and smart-assy. He's pretty good at that. And his matches are generally pretty entertaining. But guaranteed, if Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown or a pay-per-view has John Cena in it, the internet's going to explode with hate. Because that's all anybody ever does with John Cena is complain about him. Alright? Fuck it. Okay? He's there. There's no point. You complaining about it is not going to make it go away. It's not going to, they're not going to make him turn heel anytime soon. And don't get me wrong, I would enjoy a John Cena heel turn. And for those of you unfamiliar, there's two types of wrestlers, generally. You got the little tweeners where they're really neither one, shades of gray, I guess. But generally, you got two guys. There's the faces, which is short for baby faces. They're They're the good guys. You're supposed to cheer when they come out, whether or not you actually do. Then you've got the heels, which is kind of my favorite guys. They're the bad guys. You're supposed to boo when they come out. I don't care if you do what you're supposed to, because I tend to cheer the heels. You know, I'm a huge heels fan. My current favorite wrestlers, I think, are all heels. CM Punk is one of the greatest heels of all time, and he's currently my favorite wrestler. Not favorite of all time, by the way. That's Mankind. Mick Foley is God. But CM Punk is currently my favorite wrestler. After him, I'm a huge fan of Wade Barrett, also a heel. Extremely talented in the ring, and dude can talk some shit. After that, Austin Aries from TNA is he's a heel. In fact, I do love that wrestling has started acknowledging a lot of internet terminology. Like Austin Aries is in a tag team with Bobby Roode, and the name of the tag team is Dirty Heels. They wear t-shirts that say Dirty Heels. Cracks me up. When John Cena on Monday Night Raw did the heel turn, he like literally put his heel on the ground and turned his foot. I cracked up. I'm not going to review these things, by the way. We'll get to that later. I'm just saying. So yeah, long story short, I see I'm already at 6 minutes, so we'll go ahead and start to wrap this up. Long story short, if you don't enjoy wrestling, don't fucking watch wrestling. Okay? If all you're doing is fucking watch it to complain about how much better it was before, and don't get me wrong, yeah, when I was watching wrestling as a kid, my personal favorite era is the era of the Ministry. The Undertaker was running shit. And then he got endorsed by fucking Vince McMahon, and it was the Corporate Ministry, and I still fucking loved it. And they had the greatest tag team of all time in the Ministry, the Acolyte Protection Agency, formerly just the Acolytes, Farouk and Bradshaw. You know, I loved it. It was amazing. All right, and yeah, it has gone downhill a little bit since then. It's gone downhill since the glory days of Mick Foley and DX and NWO and all that stuff. I will acknowledge that it's not as good as it used to be, but it's still entertaining. I still am immensely entertained by it, and that's why I watch it, because I genuinely like it. I don't watch it so I can go on the internet and bitch about it, because I don't do anything for the source of complaining of it. Like, and that's what 90% of the IWC does. Like. And the funny thing is, there's memes out there that say it's just, you know, extremely predictable. Oh, WWE's gone downhill. I don't even know why I watch it anymore. Yeah, bet you'll be turning in next week just so you can fucking complain on the internet afterwards. All right? And then, so the people that complain on the internet call people that don't marks, okay? Which is actually technically just a term for any wrestling fan. So they're just the smart marks. Technically what a smart mark is just somebody that knows it's scripted, knows the names of a lot of the stuff, uses the jargon. That's a smart mark, okay? To be a smart mark, you don't have to complain about it, all right? The people that know all this stuff, like myself, and still enjoy it are not stupid marks, all right? No, we're just people that like to be entertained and would prefer to be entertained than to have something to complain about. So, with all that in mind, I feel that people who actually enjoy wrestling are vastly underrepresented on the internet. And, oh, also, for the record, anytime that a smart mark sees something that they do enjoy, and it gives them the feeling that they had when they were a kid watching it in those previous eras, they call it marking out. I am in a constant state of marking out. They put on a good show. Both of the promotions that I watch WWE and I watch TNA. Both of them put on a hell of a show. I'm extremely entertained by both of them. I'm not often disappointed. And when I am disappointed in one or more parts of a show, the rest of the show makes up for it. So with all that in mind, I'm going to be doing a weekly program from here on, where I will review the wrestling that I've watched the week before. It's going to be on Saturday nights when I record it. Saturday during the day, on weekends that I don't have my kids. If I have my kids, it'll be after they go to bed that I'll record it. But it will be a review. If there was a pay-per-view the weekend before that I watched, that'll be included in the review. However, the regular review will be a review of Monday Night Raw, Impact Wrestling on Thursday night, and Friday Night SmackDown. And I'll post them on Saturday. And it'll be kind of a highlight reel, me talking about my favorite parts of it. I'm going to do the first one tomorrow, because I'm not going to, you know, try to record it before I see SmackDown. I watched Raw, I watched WrestleMania, I watched TNA. All were great shows. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say that this week, Raw and Thursday Night Impact Wrestling are some of the best I've ever seen. Hands fucking down. Best I've ever seen. Yeah, so after SmackDown tonight, I'm going to, you know, sit down, figure out what my favorite parts of all of them were, and I'll give you a review tomorrow. The show is going to be called Marking Out. I think it's catchy. I think it's fun. And I'm going to do my best to start having people who enjoy wrestling represented on the internet just as well as the fucking cynical ass jackasses that tend to be overrepresented on the internet. So yeah, there you go. Stop being a douchebag. If you don't enjoy wrestling, stop fucking watching it. If you do enjoy wrestling, stay tuned every Saturday where I'm going to post Marking Out. And by the way, this has nothing to do with video. I just want to show you guys my fucking thumb is a luchador. Oh, love luchadors. All right, there you go. Have a great day.